All right, it's Thursday, October 17th, and my bathroom renovation seems to be going pretty slow, but it's only because of I posted a video yesterday of this. Yesterday I was operating off of 5 hours of sleep and stuff like that, so I was trying to work with the stress that I had, and basically I met this plumber and I paid him $250 to do the rest of the work because I didn't want to get another headache from another nightmare situation involving more leaks, because I would have needed another 3 hours or so to do the repair, for like to essentially redo the line that was had a drip leak. So as you can see here, the leak is gone. And so he did this. I did everything else, but all he did was replace this part. He kept the threaded part in there and just replaced that. And that was a $250 job for him. So I paid him personally. He works for a company. He's just like, pay me underhand or whatever. The company would charge me about $600. So, so I got a good deal on that. But one thing about this is I still have to solder this part in. This is the spout, and he was recommending that I essentially buy something that's kind of longer that I can cut to fit. But I already did the math on it, and it should work. And I also tested it with finishing material, just going against it. Anyway, and yeah, it's good length. It's like almost a perfect length. May need to cut it. I actually may need to cut it a little bit, but probably not. I don't think so. I think I can screw it in all the way because there's enough thread length. Anyway, so this is pretty much done except for soldering this pipe here to here and here, and also here 3 sides, and actually 4 sides, and also there as well. So that I could do that 3 of those soldering parts outside, and that's easy. This part I have to be careful not to get the other parts, and he told me to take out the cartridge because it could heat up the cartridge, which is not a good idea. And by the way, the reason why this failed is because I actually was supposed to only heat this part, and I accidentally heated this part. So the thread was actually heated up, and he found a way to basically to fix it so that I think he threaded enough in there, and there's something here he did. I should probably ask him, but he essentially kept the same one. He took out the whole thing. He did something, and I'm not quite sure what it was, but he took out the whole thing, and this is no longer leaking. So I'm sure he probably put some material in there just because of the thread was melted a little bit because I accidentally burned it off. And he probably like screwed it in a little bit more. I'm not quite sure 100% what he did, but everything matters when it comes to this stuff. You got to be extremely careful. And I did do a few burn marks. He probably did too on the wood. It's a mess. It's this kind of work is difficult. They even say that in the mowing tutorial, like, you should probably get a licensed plumber because this is an advanced project. And yeah, it was difficult. That's why it took 2 days or something like that. Anyway, so I don't know if you noticed, but this is actually the new tub. I stepped in it a little bit. I took out the old tub earlier today. This is about 1 p.m. And right now, I think before I didn't really care so much about the flooring being leveled and stuff like that, but the plywood kind of bends a little bit. So I think it's very important that I level it because you don't, like, once it's there, you don't want it to flex in any direction. So I actually have to get some self-leveling compound and level out the floor before I can put mortar there, but I prefer just to get the easy stuff so that I don't have to go crazy with it. And then I'm gonna hand level it. So I'm gonna start like going throughout the whole area like it's surveying, doing a meshing, like a finite element meshing thing to make sure that it's leveled everywhere. And then if it's not, then I could just keep applying it. And there will be a gap here because of the flooring, but that's fine because now there's not going to be a visible gap here. Of course, I'm going to push it forward as much as I can because it's about the same size as the old one, But I guess if I have to leave a gap there, I could either caulk it, but I wouldn't want to leave more than the 16th inch. I mean, so I'm not quite sure 100% what I'm going to do because, you know, the gypsum board is so much and then the tiling is so much. So you pretty much have to, I'm pretty much stuck with this, this amount. Now I could probably push it a little bit more this way, but I guess I'm stuck with some kind of distance there. Now, I probably gonna end up filling it with grout. It's gonna look kind of odd. I'm not sure if there's any other ideas. I can't really think of anything else. Because if I just put tile there, it's all gonna look weird. The tile is very difficult to cut, so it's like, you know, you're just gonna have these small pieces that kind of have random indentations that just don't make it look nice. So I don't know. Because the issue is you can't really push it forward, or else you're not gonna line up with the tile. So alternatively, I guess what I could do is let's see, because it's gonna have to line up all the way. I mean, yeah, there's just no way to get around that. I don't know. I'll think of something, I guess. But I don't know. I guess grout would work. Just putting a bunch of grout there. I don't know. It's funny because I didn't actually do the flooring while putting the tub in, so there's some miscoordination. But I don't see why you can't just like pack in a bunch of grout there, honestly. Now, like I said, you could probably move this a little bit this way, and there's like this little piece here that I don't know why it's stuck. Yeah, probably is making this kind of a weird thing going on. It's weird, stuck was like stuck there. Okay, some piece of caulking or something. Okay, so I'm gonna try to move this forward a little bit just to that's gonna be more like the gap. So, and then it's gonna be like that. So the gap is actually gonna be smaller than what it looks like, but whatever the gap is, as long as it's like not too large, like this, probably ½ inch or whatever, you could fill that up with grout for sure. I really don't see the problem. There's really no problem with that. I mean, I guess there's a way to get a transition. I gotta look it up. There might be a transition strip, like they call that almost like a bull nose in a way, but I don't know. We'll see. I'm gonna look it up to see if there's like a transition strip I can get. But yeah, that altered things to where, let's see if it's actually leveled. So let's see, you can't really tell if it's leveled with this thing because you have to get something slightly bigger. Not quite leveled. It's not quite leveled. So I think, and you can even tell from the flexure, like when you try to push on it, there's like certain, you can sort of feel the give. So the ultimate test really is to test to see if the floor is leveled. Now, the great thing about putting a new one in here is that that's low. I'm so sorry. The great thing about having a floor, the supporting subfloor that is actually lower than the tile, is that you have some give. Like this, I'm able to put as much, pretty much up to about an inch of underlayment. So I have, for me to level out the surface. So that's the great thing. Like the fact that it's lower than the tile surface is actually a good thing. I think the way how I look at it. But the other issue right now is the existing plumbing, which you can reuse, which is what I'm going to try to do, is actually a little higher. So I'm going to have to cut the pipe. This is called a waste pipe, a little down. And then this one, I have to bring it up a little bit because there's a gap. Probably about a ½ inch here. And maybe 3/4 of an inch here. Maybe a whole inch. I can't. It's hard to tell. I have to get my, and so I actually have to purchase a hacksaw and the underlayment. And that's about it. But yeah, so that's the update on that. Now, the install shouldn't be too bad. It's weird. I can't really access down below to see if it's gonna leak, although because the neighbor stuff is all in the way. By the way, I have to put 2 more blocks here. The guy actually informed. I'm so glad I actually hired the guy. He gave me more information than I needed. He told me I need. He told me that I should get another block for this to clamp it to, and then another one up here as well. I just assume since like cantilever action is good, but it's the flexure that matters. Like it might flex too much. It's pretty much the deflection that matters. So I'm gonna have to take care of that as well, and I have to take out some of this drywall to make that happen. So my goal today is basically just to get the tub installed and check for leaks. You know, so I'm gonna have to get that underlayment there, which might take some time to dry. I don't know how long it takes, and then get the tub installed. You know, try to do everything. I need to get a lot of silicone. There's a video I was watching, and the guy was really like serious about the overuse of or what the apparent overuse of silicone, because you can't. He said that he screwed up a few jobs where he had to redo the whole thing because he didn't tighten things enough. He didn't put enough silicone, and so he was just going at it with the silicone. And I don't blame him, because because it's probably really easy to create a leak with these things. You got to be careful. So in fact, that makes me think like maybe I shouldn't be replaced. Maybe I should just be replacing the whole pipes to begin with. But it was never a leak, so the way I look at it is, I'm fine. You know, it's gonna be okay as long as it's like mostly untouched, I guess. I don't know. Let me think about this. I was looking for something. The tool that you use to like pull out the thing, because to pull out the drain, because if you don't have that tool, right, it could be difficult to I mean, you could use pliers or something like that, but let's say if I made a mistake, that's what I'm looking for, is that tool. And then I would have to pull it out. But he also recommended the use of it to tighten it, so I better have that tool somewhere. I'll find it. All right. Well, thanks for watching. That's what's going on. And then I'm hoping that I could. So even though the silicone needs 24 hours to dry, you could still work with it there as long as you're not like overdoing it with, you know, with the tub and stuff. So I'm hoping that also after that, I could start installing the plywood again, and then getting the materials for the tile installation. That I would essentially start tonight, because right now it's about 1 p.m. So I don't know how far I'm going to get, but that's my hope. And if I do get that far, that would be great, because then I could pretty much finish by tomorrow night. And then when I have all those tile there, you know, it's just not even going to be a big deal. But yeah, now there is a bit of a complication because of the niche, because I'm going to have to cut out some of the wood to fit that in and then put in some new wood. So it's just like there's multiple components to this, and I just gotta keep at it. So yeah, wish me luck. Thanks for watching.